That's right back, Charlie. Definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
As the big man Ian Wright said there, I wish we had you yesterday. It's the morning after the night before. Arsenal have crashed out of the Champions League. It's the 5th year being trophyless. It is what it is, people. Netflix FC, we go again. And, you know, it is what it is. People deluded, I'm back again. Big up you lot on Twitch, YouTube ones. Appreciate you. Please make sure you're smashing the like button, letting me know your thoughts, etc., etc. Now, in truth, said what I've needed to say about my football club all season. You know, I've been hated, adored, but never ignored. I've been called positive. I've been called negative. I've been called everything. I've watched the game twice. It's on brand. I keep saying the same things I said with the Bournemouth game, the same things I've said with the draws, the same things I've said with recruitment and all aspects of this football club. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Now, second year back in the Champions League, we did a bit better than historically we do against Bayern Munich. You know, we competed against PSG. We didn't get bullied and you know, destroyed and all of that. But fundamentally, we didn't get over the line. We've become accustomed to quote unquote statistics looking even. We're never on the right side of fine margins. And I'll go over it, but it's the same old, isn't it? And I keep saying this, you sign up for certain things when you don't do what needs to be done and be proactive in the summer and build on last season. You don't do what needs to be done in January. It can't, you know, again, it's a season of reflection, because despite all of the things that I'm bitching about, pardon my language, it's been 2 semi-finals, obviously lost on penalties against United, the Premier League, which is a true test of a team, because over 38 games you will get what you deserve. Really, you'll win games that you deserve to win, lose when you deserve to lose, draw when you deserve to draw. 9 times out of 10 that is the case. As we know, sometimes you win when you deserve to lose when you deserve a bit more, draw when you deserve more or less, people. And it's the same old. Ultimately, it's another missed opportunity this year. Again, do I expect Arsenal to win the Champions League? No, I don't. I expect us to compete for the Premier League properly, which we haven't done. I'm an Arsenal fan. FA Cup SARS, we shouldn't have gone out. The League Cup, we didn't put our best foot forward. Obviously, I can't tell you if Crystal Palace expected to be in the FA Cup final, or City expected to win anything, or Spurs, and not that I'm praising them, or Man United, or Newcastle ending their drought, or Liverpool winning the title. My point is not necessarily to criticize Arsenal or praise these teams. It's in life, sometimes you're thrown things at your feet, opportunity in the present, and we never quite seize that moment. Now, you know, Mikel Arteta, I must admit, you pee me off. You know, there's a lot to like about you, but you pee me off because we do not change things. There is no plan B, and I'm pretty sure what you say in private is different to public. And you keep coming out here and saying we were the better team, we were this, that, and the third. You could say, yeah, we competed, we didn't, you know, had we have scored the chances we had and kept some out the back of the net, but that's all ifs, buts, and maybes. Winners win, losers explain. We're never on the right side of stuff. And again, for me, not forget Arsenal, because you're managing Arsenal Football Club, but for your managerial sake, you've got to reinvent yourself, how to break down low blocks, how to, you know, kill teams beyond, you know, crosses and things of that ilk. Comes to recruitment, at the end of the day, yeah, there was no, you know, again, everybody was telling me, oh, Partey's back, we're going to be amazing. He was shit in the second half. He was all right in the first. Yes, Partey back. Rice goes back in the 8, Marino goes back in the 10. We press a lot better. The first 20 minutes was a lot better. We looked a lot better. It comes down to Stardust. You know, we're going to go over it, but what was said when we went out to Bayern Munich, players with X factor, etc. And for those above Mikel Arteta and indirectly him, anyone who's got any sort of say in recruitment, you've let yourselves down. You've let the fans down. You've let the club down. You've let yourselves down. Had you have done what you needed to do in the summer and January, and we faced all of these, and I'm speaking generally now, all of these injuries and all of these kind of things, people, do you know what? I'd say fair enough. But it's in spite of everything. We have got to 2 semi-finals and everything good and bad. in spite of everything, Marcel, shut the fuck up about sitting on defense, man. Why for sitting on things, man? There's time for banter. It's too early in the morning. I work too damn hard on this YouTube thing. Shut up, man. It's just chatting shit. I don't agree with that coaching win bullshit for what it's worth. Because if you coach the win, we'd be in the final. You had a game plan. You didn't pivot away from it. We do not have players with stardust in abundance. Again, if I feel sorry for anyone, the players were out there, but you know, I think it was better from Odegaard. Still shit, but he's clearly nursing a hamstring knock. Bukayo Saka, you missed a tapping, but you did score. You're coming back from a hamstring injury. Timber's been running to the ground. The whole players have been running to the ground. If I've got sympathy for anyone, it's the players. And again, the players, the recruitment staff, the decision makers at Arsenal, those individuals are going to have to sit in this. And I'm not here for next season and all of this. All I ask for, you get me a striker, you get me a central midfielder, you get me a left winger, etc., etc. I mean, Marcel, just shut the fuck up, man. Please, just shut up now, bro. Like, there's banter and then there's whatever. I don't really give a flying monkeys if you're bantering or not. I said what I said. I mean what I said, and I say what I mean. If I'm sitting on the fence, fuck off. It's as simple as that. There's not even been anything to sit on. I've just been mentioning Arsenal. Please, just shut up, man. You're chatting shit, bro. Like, by all means, banter my team. I don't care about none of that. But one of my pet peeves is when people do not listen to what I've actually said. By all means, get on to what I've said. If you call it as you see it, you would listen in it. Please allow it. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. If you want to hear some other bullshit, go elsewhere. Please, I'm not on it. I'm really not on it. I'm a nice guy. I'm very respectful. Please, let's not go there. You're throwing me off course. Anyways, back, it is what it is, man. I bet DG sits with his brethren and he'll say it as it is. But come on, camera, bro. What have I said? Have I not criticized Mikel Arteta? Have I not criticized his ability to pivot? Have I not condemned the club for the recruitment? Are we listening or we speaking? You got 2 ears. Like, this is why God's real. No one can convince me any different, you know. You've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, 10 fingers. Use the ratio appropriately, please. Anyways, moving away from that, it's same old. We're somewhat in a time. We don't get over the line. You haven't got players with stardust. You have an inability to have flexibility. Players have been running to the ground. The squad is not big enough. There isn't a quality. Again, it is beyond Arteta, and it is with Arteta in the sense of you just can't get over the line. In crunch time moments, when things are on quote unquote a silver platter, is what it is. Even down to dead ball scenarios in which Hakimi was on the transition. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me, but definitely in the build up to Fabian Ruiz's goal. Dead ball scenario, set pieces. You know, we're good in the other end. We're not quite in our end, and that's been flagged up in the Premier League. That's 2 games now. If you just want to go on Bournemouth and PSG, it's the same old. If you isolate the fact that this was a semi-final, second leg, etc., and you just look at what you've seen, Arsenal fans, you know, you can compete. You don't score enough goals. You don't keep balls out the back of your net. Statistics in terms of shots on target and possession, it looks like a fair point, but Arteta's got to reinvent himself. You know, this whole Mikel Arteta in, out, I don't think he's got a leg to stand on if people want him gone. I think he's on borrowed time. I think people have been sacked for less. I think for the more Arteta sexuals, if you pick the guy up, you have to hold him accountable, because one thing that pees me off is had we have been in the final, all the propaganda for the manager. Now that we're out, it's not that Arteta isn't facing criticism, but it's everything pointed but at the player, really, at the manager, apologies. So it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. And, you know, some of these players will never win a Champions League, will never win a Premier League, will never be in the latter stages of competition. So this, you know, this is the feeling of regret. You know, again, we're going to go over everything. But in short, unfortunately, it's courageous losers. It's courageous losers, apologies. I've written down notes. It's courageous losers. It's mighty ducks, as I keep saying. It's Coach Carter. End of the day, winners win, losers explain. Great to beat Madrid. Great to beat City. All of that kind of stuff, but there's nothing set in stone in history, people. It's the same old story as I've been saying on several fronts. I've mentioned Arteta needs to reinvent himself. We need better players, bro. You need a number 9, and Arteta has to hold this. Everyone wants to say, oh, the board let him down. That might be true, but who is in this team because Mikel Arteta doesn't want them? Whether they've been brought in the last 3 years, whether they were here before and he's kept them, whether they're the academy boys who don't come off the bench, everything is a reflection of the manager. You get 15 million a year. Again, as I was saying, yeah, the man gets 15 million a year. He just signed a new contract. The coaches have been given new deals. Bert has just come in, so they're not going to sack a manager anyways. It's not that it's not prevalent, because I said the man ain't got a leg to stand on. But it's redundant, bro. Like, it's redundant. It really is wasted breath. It's just like on TalkSport yesterday, where they're trying to ask me a certain question. I'm like, bro, like, What do you want me to say? So yeah, it's courageous losers. For me, it comes back to the summer. I'm a big fan of you start as you mean to go on. Did we put our best foot forward in the summer market? Nope. Did we react in January? Nope. So you said you had enough. You indirectly are, and again, I'm not a fly on the wall. I don't know what you tried to do, but indirectly, to me as an ignorant fan, you're telling me we have enough. Smash the like button, people. So yeah, paper thin squad, paper thin side, whether it's incompetence, naivety, or everything else. Players are dejected, they look stale, they look depleted, man look half fit. Crucially, there is no plan B, and there isn't an A level plan A. So if nothing changes, man. It is what it is. Arteta disrespecting Liverpool's points haul was disgusting. I don't know if he disrespected them, but I'm not a big fan of it because it's redundant. Because there's been times I've seen Liverpool get 90 plus points and not win the league. End of the day, when you're presented with an issue, with an opportunity, you need to do what needs to be done, bro. Like, the goalposts will always move, but you're not getting to finals. And I'm not saying I want to get to finals and lose. You're not getting to finals. You're not picking up domestic cups. You're not, in the last 3 years, and this year's been the worst, if you can call it a title fight. You're not getting over there. Arteta, I think you're a good coach. Are you a winning coach? No, because you haven't done it. The question is going to get bigger and bigger. And it's the same old fragilities. It's not like new problems. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Is there anything an Arsenal fan has learned this year about this team? And I'm talking about the negatives, the lack of squad depth, the lack of X factor or stardust, whatever you want to talk about. Strikers, centre mid, left wing, the same old players that are standing up to be counted and pulling their teammates through. When those players that we believe in and do the business for the majority of the season, and they're not able to do it every game because that's how it works, where's the other players picking up the pieces? This is the issue. We'll have great nights. Like, I'm not going to say we're going to beat Madrid or beat City 5-1, but we'll have a decent top 6 record. We'll have some standout games. We'll keep chugging along. But when it's time to get over the line, unfortunately, there's an inability to do such. I'm not here for this we go again stuff, but we've got no choice but to go again. I just hope we do. There's no guarantees. I'm not even saying you act in the market. For those who are misunderstanding what I'm saying, I don't even think you necessarily act in the market and you win things, but I just want to see competencies. If nothing changes, nothing changes. How much time are you going to watch the same old movie expecting something different? It's like having a test and failing the same, like sitting the same test year in, year out. And let's just say the pass mark is 70, you're getting 60%. They're showing you that the other 10% is in a certain module, and it's like you're not revising and learning, and then you're going to keep failing. How much time do you want to put your hand in the fire and ask if you're burnt? How? It's courageous losers, man. It's courageous loser stuff. And this is the thing. You see what happens when you do this overly negative thing, or you do this Arteta sexual thing pretending it's not him. You look like a damn fucking prick when you get situations like this. It's I'm not even deflated. I'm not even pissed off. It's just I'm tired of seeing the same old things, like the same old problems, even down to defensive set pieces. Statistically, I think we've conceded the most in the Premier League. And obviously that filtered through into the Champions League. There's no hiding place. Yeah, last year didn't get battered against Bayern, progress in that regards. Yeah, this year you got to semi-finals after, pardon me, Arteta's been a gaffer been a Champions League managing gaffer for 2 years. We know we're getting back in the Champions League, after a six-year drought. It's our first semi-finals in 16 years. But are you not embarrassed? Take nothing away from Paris Saint-Germain. But what is the one thing I ask of my football team week in, week out, for those of you that are here? I ask for effort. I ask for standards. I ask for you to give your all. And if you give your all and there's not, and it is what it is and the other team's better, what can you say? I always say I want no regrets. Can't tell me there's no regrets on that football pitch across the 180 minutes. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. And again, Arteta, you need to reinvent yourself. You need to find a plan B. You need to do something beyond crossing. You need to stop this smart stuff, putting centre mids up front, away from obviously the dynamics we face, and just get a number 9. Because again, if you're Luis Enrique, on top of Luis Enrique having his own philosophy, out coaching him, etc., in the back of your mind, Arteta's not changing shit. We press better. We tried to press in a kind of free at our place. It didn't work. We went back to the way we more traditionally press. Big up Trossard as well, because you was back in your super sub role, and you did. At least we scored in the semi-finals. But how many times, if you're Luis Enrique, you know what to do. You're doing all your things, but in the back of your mind, if I get this right, Arteta isn't gonna throw anything that's a spanner in the works that I ain't seen before. Always it's like a boxer trying to win it on points. And yeah, you could sit there and say you're Conor Ben against Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank won. PSG are about to win the Champions League if they get through Inter. And you lot are going to have to sit off that what if. Because despite all of this, you have got to a semi-finals. It is what it is. You lot are fumbled. And this is even if we won a couple of Premier Leagues, even if we won the Champions League or got to the final this year, I promise you, and I've said this before, next summer, this summer better yet, is the pivotal one. Look how the vast majority of the players that have been together. It's not making no sense. It's not. And this is the one season where if you were one of them Arsenal fans, or if you was officially working for the club in some sort of capacity, and you had your head buried in the sand, you need to wake up. The balloon's been popped. You're not as bad as people think you are. You're clearly not as good as you might think you are. You've seen several teams win things. There's several different excuses in the last 3 years domestically where the league's concerned, and obviously the isms and schisms with the FA Cup. A lot of it comes down to quality and depth, in my opinion. Quality and depth. And some of these players just ain't got it. You just not got that. I don't want to sound like Graham Souness, but you just haven't got the required nastiness. And that's okay. You just ain't got it. It is what it is in that regards, man. Like Saka, we definitely deserve more, but it is what it is, man. It is a Netflix FC thing. Like it is. It fully is. It really is. 5th year trophyless, 1 game away from the champs. And again, football's emotional. Whatever tonic you need to pour yourself to accept such, great. But you've missed your own opportunities, man. You've let yourselves down. You've let yourselves down. And I want to see what I've been tweeted. Is that, again, for me, there's too much naive romance around this football club, and simply put, not enough competencies. If you understand what I've said there, then you understand. If not, I'm past the point of explaining, man, if I'm completely honest with you. And I will say some of our fans are pussies. I'll say that much. I think you're weak mentally. I think you're emotional. By all means, praise and critique players, but you cannot go from, especially Lewis Skelly, who's been doing the business for 8-9 months, and Bukayo Saka, who missed the tapping but also scored and dragged us through the mud for year in, year out, and has done it in the Champions League. You can't go, and it's not just them two, but you can't go from sucking them off week in, week out. Suddenly they're not good enough, this and that. You're as weak mentally as you claim these players are. Don't point a finger. When you point a finger, there's 3 pointing back at you. Don't demand anything of any man or woman that you're not going to place on your own shoulders. Anywho, moving on. Big up Luis Enrique as well, because I've watched the documentaries, and you know, it does pull on the heartstrings, man. Now he lost his daughter and all these kind of things, so he deserves it, man. For me, as I've said here, regardless of how I feel, the in-out debate is redundant. On the pitch, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Off the pitch, across all, it's meant to say aspects, but it says aspects. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Good nights, some memorable games, but creating history or lose this side. Not proactive in the summer, not proactive in the summer, not reactive in January, people. Stagnation or regression, or both. None of the direction that this club wants to move in, or you know what? I don't know what the club wants to do. Me, some of you Arsenal fans, in it really is. I wonder how many managers also sit back knowing that ours won't really change anything regardless. And Arteta, these are the things that piss me off. I don't think there's been a better team in the competition for what I've seen. Of course, you're going to say that, but it sounds sour grapes. Why haven't we won it then? Now, we know, quote unquote, the best team doesn't always win the cup competitions. Yet we know that Real Madrid haven't always been the best in the knockout stages. But then you could flip that on its head and say, how can they not be the best? How can you say they're not the best team in the Champions League if you're not in the final, let alone win it? Yeah, Arteta, you competed. Whatever you and your coaching staff thought of it, we were a bit better. But did you go through? Stop this, man, because this is the things that pisses me. These are the things that begin to piss me off. Just be gracious. I'm not saying you're not gracious, but just fucking be gracious, man. Just stop chatting shit. We clearly ain't been the best. If we isolate Arsenal in itself, of these 4 competitions we've been in, Champions League has probably been the best. Premier League has been the worst. Obviously, the League Cup and the FA Cup, it is what it is. See, on a serious note, where's the Henny at times too, man? It's got to be 5 p.m. somewhere, man. Again, some of our fans are as soft as they claim the fans are, man. You can't keep a good man down for too long. I'm speaking about myself there. So, yeah, man. Yeah, you competed, and the XG and all of this crap, week in, week out, we see this in all competitions. We've seen it for years. There's nothing in it with the statistics, really. We had more shots. They had more shots on target. Who cares? Do you care if you're Fabian Ruiz? Do you care if you're Hakimi? Do you care if you're Luis Enrique? Who the fuck cares? Because there's been times we haven't been the best team in the Premier League and won games. And there's been times where we've been better than the opposition and lost. Football's a 90-minute game. Of course, you're not going to keep doing things for 90 minutes. But it's not good enough to be the best team for 20 minutes and then go to sleep. Because that's genuinely, first 20, think you did well. 27 minutes, if forgive me if I'm wrong, Ruiz has scored. I think you reacted, quote unquote. Didn't really, it's one of them where you didn't want the first half to end. Half time, first 10 to 15 minutes, no clue what's going on there. There was a bit of a, later on in the game, just before we scored, there was a bit of second win. We tried the thing, got a goal, could have got another. Don't know how we didn't get a pen. It is what it is, but it's not good enough. And you can see, and I'm not using this as an excuse, but I feel sorry for the players. If anything, you can see players are knackered. You can see that, you can see they're knackered. You can see man are not, and it's no excuse, but you can see players are not fully fit. Some man are damaged mentally. People are knackered. The game's opening up. The manager is still not changing things, either because he won't or he can't. Going back to the summer market in which everybody's got to hold that. If nothing changes, nothing changes, and we'll be here time after time after time after time. Arteta said, I'm upset. We should not be. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but we were very close for long periods for both games. We were much better than them. We weren't, bro. We weren't because we're not through. We had periods, of course, across the two games. But again, the goals we conceded from a PSG point of view, great. The one where Hakimi scored, going to sleep. The one where Fabian Ruiz scored, cheap free kick. The one we conceded 3 minutes in at the Emirates. The Emirates tie should have scored a couple of goals there. And again, a lot of it is down to the players, the standard of players, the manager. It comes back to the summer. Games are decided by moments. We all watch the game. The narratives are written by the winners. Again, I'm going a bit dark with this, but you look at countries, quote unquote, who have won wars or whatever. How do we know at that time that's actually how the war went? We don't, but the winners get to paint the narrative. So there you have it. It is what it is. Arteta, it's a lose this thing, what you're saying, man. I don't think there's been a better team in the competition for what I've seen. We are out tonight. We deserve much more in both games. No, we don't deserve much more because, again, for every positive that you're going to focus on, there's areas of improvement that we could have done better. I'm not going to lie. It's things like this because you don't know I'm all about standards and I'm all about being gracious. Easily could have said there were periods where we were better than PSG. They were better than us. Credit to them. They've gone through. We go back to the drawing board. Why is it so difficult to say that? Why is it so difficult to do this elitist thing, acting like we was amazing and all of this stuff? What the hell? And if you didn't know we was playing PSG yesterday and you didn't know it was the semi-finals, how many times have you heard similar language like that? Forget this year. Don't forget this year, but forget it last year or the year before that. Fair play. I'm just a fanatic providing for analysis and armchair expert. I ain't got no UEFA A license. I've never managed a professional game, let alone a Champions League semi-final, but I do love my football club, eh? So, yeah, it is what it is. Second in the Premier League for a first straight season. Boy, you bite your arm off anyone's arm off to finish second at the moment. Still no striker. They have to hold that. Ain't won a trophy in 5 years, and I got fucking Crystal Palace fans in my mentions on Twitter. Still without a European trophy, which isn't true, but don't let that get in the way of whatever you've got to do here. But we have to hold that. You haven't done enough. You lot wanted this. And what I mean by that is, of course, they want to win trophies. But if you really wanted to upgrade yourself, you know what needs to be done in the summer. You know what needs to be done on the transfer market. 3 different years domestically with 3 different very contexts around, pardon me, why we haven't won whatever we've won in the Premier League. Fundamentally, haven't done it. Still no striker. You'll have to hold that. Haven't had a forward since Aubameyang. Failed upwards at a point with Kai Havertz. Great 6 months from Jesus. Haven't pivoted. Rested on your lows. Complacency. It going back to the summer. And people could be negative when I said, sorry, people, 1 second. I'm still here. Let's put this on charge. People called me negative when I said either this season we got several gears or we regress. I'm not here to. I don't want to say this. I'll be honest. Maybe it's because I've got thick skin because of this content thing. I don't really give a flying fuck if you say I'm negative or I'm positive or whatever. Every day there's something new, but you didn't put your best foot forward. You know what needed to improve. You brought in Sterling and Neto on deadline day, and I'm not even getting at them because they got nothing to do with yesterday, essentially. You told me we had enough. I'm not naive. Clearly, you tried to do certain things in the market, but trying and doing are very different things. You tried to win yesterday. Did you win? And it just shows you, I keep saying we're our best friends and worst enemies. You get little glimpses as to what life could be. For the large part of a season, we'll be in and amongst the Premier League. We didn't get embarrassed against Bayern Munich. We beat Real Madrid. Great result against City. The top 6 record, maybe not so much now, but the set pieces, despite me crying about goals, over 100 goals in all comps, there's a decent sort of foundation. But for every 5 positives, there's 5 negatives. Ultimately, it's a mixed bag, and we're finding ourselves in stuff like this. Let's be real, Arsenal fans. You knew this was going to happen. You knew this was going to be the reality. You knew we was going to end up here. This is what we do. And this is our thing. Is where it is. I'll only believe them. These man will win a prem or a champs or whatever when I see it. I'll only believe you're serious when I see certain things. There's too much lip service. There's too much talking. You know what the great thing is? You can about football. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool them all the time. You can do as much talking as you want. We all know what was said against on the last day of the season against Everton. We all know. And if I'm honest, prior to this season, the club's always been about PR and chatting and all of that stuff. But at least there was a point where the talking was correlating on the pitch. You've gone back. You've gone back. And I hate to be like this, but you're letting yourselves down. You lot are going to have to sit and ferment in failure this year. You lot blown out the water by Liverpool. In fact, you smoked yourselves in the league. Didn't get over the second leg at St. James's Park. Unacceptable, let alone the first. Credit to those 2 teams doing what we didn't. As I said, gracious in defeat. PSG did what needed to be done. You lot are going to have to sit there. And this is a wake-up call. You've been living a quote-unquote, not really a movie, but a movie for the last couple of years. This year, didn't put your best foot forward. Been winging it. I personally believe everything, like the 2 semi-finals, everything, this has been in spite of everything, not a direct consequence. It is what it is, man. What was a fairy tale of sorts in the Champions League got bought by PSG. But yeah, this is the levels. And for Mikel Arteta, you need to reinvent yourself first and foremost for my fucking football club, because you're going to be the manager, and for you long term. If you want to be a man, I assume that gets into semi-finals where you've got Hansi Flick, you've got Hansi Flick, you got Inzaghi, you got Enrique, you're in some big company, you know, need to fix up. Is this Arsenal FC or Arteta FC? It feels like there's an inability from some people to separate the two. And at some point, something's got to change. As I said, it's a redundant conversation, in my opinion. By all means, you can have it in the chat. I'm all about your opinions, but this Arteta in-out debate, just again, signed a new deal, coached up and given a new deal. For every positive, there's negatives. There's context FC. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So for me personally, praise, critique, week in, week out. I'm not really here for anything else, man. It's redundant, bro. It really is. You know, people crying in the change room. It's like, bro, you lot crying for, bro. You crying for. Give you lot something to cry about, bro. You lot crying about. You lot crying about. This is the summer we had as well. Big up Calafiori and Marino, not level raisers. David Raya don't count. That was made permanently. I ain't got no energy for Sterling or Neto, because reality is, it's more of the fact that the club brought them in on deadline day. These men have not really been part of the season. This is what you're telling, man. Don't rest on your laurels and all these things. Fair enough. Fair enough. You got people paid big money. You got fans waking up at dumb o'clock. You got season ticket thingies, ballots, kits coming out all the time. And I don't want to sound like Graham Souness, but if you're going to charge people prices, at least do certain things. Fair play, man. Crazy. And again, I only hold the club accountable to A, standards I try and put in my own life, and B, from what man say. Now, they didn't exactly say this, but again, get braced to hear certain articles of this ilk once again. What happened when we went out against Bayern Munich, folks? After Arsenal's elimination against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals, the feeling amongst the hierarchy was that the team lacked a certain X factor in attack, something special to unlock defenses on the biggest occasion. Do I really need to say anything more on that? Fair play. You can have all your XG, bro, and the XG thing is dead as well. We hadn't, first 20 minutes, Rice could have scored. Odegaard actually hit a ball like a grown man. A couple of shots. Shout out Donnarumma, by the way. And I think he could go up the gears with some real goalkeeping coaching. You can have all of that. Ultimately, it doesn't mean anything. You're winning on every statistical front, but the fucking statistic that matters, which is putting the ball in the back of the net more than your opponents and keeping the ball out the back of yours and advancing to the final. Boy, safe. And again, this is the sort of stuff that now begins to pee me off with Mikel Arteta. This squad 2 years ago, no one believed that we could even qualify for the Champions League. That's not true. Because that was the year we was fighting for the title. Nobody believed we could probably qualify for the Champions League. Not even think we could finish second or compete in the league, which is great. You can't forget the past, but you have to forget the past. That we've got first world problems. We've got over that, yeah, back-to-back eighth and banter, and we're still banter about back-to-back eighth, all those things. You're right, but that's irrelevant. We've moved past that. Saka's not a left back anymore. Or have the amount of points that we had in any other year you are a champion, brother. Yes. If I'm Jurgen Klopp, I might just phone you and tell you to shut up. There's times they had 90 plus points. Yes, you're right, but stop it, man. This is loser shit. This is where I get pissed off, because this is deflation and deflecting. Come on, Arteta, man. What are you on about? Or have the run and the results and performances that we had in the Champions League. And there's also a section of our Arsenal fan base, and the way my man is talking at this moment in time, in a sense of they like the journey, not necessarily the destination. And yeah, you know, I'm a fan of the game first, Arsenal second. I'm a football romance. I love all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, this only goes so far. If you book a holiday, whatever country you lot want, just human me, people. If you book a holiday, you've gone to the travel agents, booked it online, you're going with your wife or your husband, for some of you, all inclusive, all your friends, you're buying the clothes that you want, you pack your suitcase, you get dropped to the airport, you check in, you go duty free, buy some alcohol, you get on the plane, you listen to the stewardess telling you about safety, you're watching on the TV thing about how long you've got there. Eventually, you want to fucking land in Jamaica, don't you? Or wherever. You actually, eventually, the plane needs to land. I need to get my luggage, go to the hotel, or go to my family's house. There's just a destination, and yeah, adversity. You got to keep going, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's a learning curve, and all of that stuff. But come on, bro. You're chatting, bro. No, it is what it is. And that doesn't go far. You think people thought Liverpool would win the league? On one hand, yeah, they've got proven winners, but they did it. I don't think Slot is saying this. I don't know if Newcastle believe they could do what they're doing, or City or Newcastle or United. I won't say the other team. Or when Wenger said we can go invincible, or when Jose came in and was talking bossy, or when Klopp came in and technically was wrong. I think he said in 3 years we'll win a Premier League title, or 4 years or something. And he was, wherever it was, from he said that he was a year off, but he got over the line. What is going on? And honestly, I don't think you're promoted like the powers that be above you at Arsenal. I don't think there's enough pressure on you to learn from these mistakes, because you can keep peddling this. Certain men only care about Champions League. End of the day, whether we finish second or third, which again shows the regression or stagnation, as long as the Champions League P's are coming in and there's contexts and all of this stuff, is that. And this is why at times speaking about Arsenal is exhausting, because you can't make out everything's horrible. Everything is not horrible. You cannot make out everything's great, which I think the more people who are at press conferences on a consistent basis and whatever, it's jarring, man. You're chatting shit to me. You're insulting my intelligence. But the reality at the end of the day is that you need something to lift. And that trophy, with all the work that we do and the disappointment, is that it's not going to happen. Yeah, I agree with that. But you can't say again, if I have any sympathy for anybody that hasn't lifted a trophy out of the people employed by this football club, it's fucking players. It's not you. It's not you. It's not the people above you. In fact, I changed that. It is the players, and it's Berta, because Berta, you've just walked in. You're irrelevant to this. Just keep it moving, man. Just keep it moving. I mean, Odegaard said it best, man. Inside the boxes, over the 2 games, we weren't good enough. Credit to their keeper as well, who made some amazing saves. It wasn't enough, and that's painful. I mean, I never see Odegaard talk, but I ain't got no energy for you. And what could have been, eh? Shout out to Raya as well for saving the pen. Martinelli, I thought, had a better first half, but yeah, big up Donnarumma. The best team lost, in my view, especially after 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and PSG bench are saying that, because they told me. You're like, who on that PSG bench said it? The random 18-year-olds? How do we verify this? And who gives a monkey? They're probably trolling you. Who gives a monkeys? Them man are booking flights to Munich and whatever they were doing. You saw the celebrations were wavy, maybe a bit premature, but the celebrations were great. Who cares about this? Who cares about this? Would you? Because this could be said about the FA Cup. We went out to United, and United are not in the FA Cup. At the end of the day, in that game, they won. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We keep shooting ourselves in. This is an idiot thing, Arteta, man. Come on, bro. And listen, big up Sophie. I think she said it right here. I think he's doing a great job of deflecting. He is. He is. Big up Luis Enrique. I can't lie, I'll be talking my shit as well. Beating all 4 Premier League teams, City, Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Arsenal. The League of Farmers. No, we are the League of Farmers. Fair enough, man. You can see the fact that we've conceded, an alarming rate from set pieces in the Premier League. We're first, 38.7%. A lot of stagnation across several aspects. A lot of reflection to be done. No Arsenal player created more chances in the first half beat PSG than Real. So when all you're doing is crossing the ball, and your goalie, credit to Raya, is having to show more bollocks than some of his teammates, and tactically, in that regards, the gaffer, we know that's been an issue of ours. If nothing changes, man. Smash the like button, man. I don't give a flying monkeys about XG, but there it is for you lot. What else we got here, man? Declan Rice, in life, in general, sometimes you have to lose a few in order to win, which is true, but we keep losing. When we're going to win, bro? It's like being in the bookies. You're losing thousands of pounds, but cool, we won a tenner on the roulette. You have to overcome setbacks to mentally grow as a person, as a player, and as a group, and we're going through that. We are, but also, life is going to keep giving you the same lessons until you learn. It is. Not even necessarily with you, Rice, but in general. How far does that go? It sounds courageous. Mighty Duck settings. It's amazing. 17 crosses in the first half. Reaction, better first half than last week's game, but ultimately, how far did the shit go? Today, I see how much they want it because our players were in tears. Bro, stop crying. Everyone pull up their fucking pants and get into training. I understand this emotion. What are you crying for, bro? What's the what? Because you lost a game of football. As much as this club is beautiful and it means the world to me, and I wanted to win a Prem or a Champs and all of these things. Fuck are you crying for? You're not a single mum trying to put food on the table and the kids asking for certain things and you can't buy it. You're not a dad that's paying off a mortgage and lost his job. Fuck are you crying for? You're not a doctor that's misplaced something, like got the scalpel or made a mistake and someone's dead. The hell are you crying about? It's a game of football. It means the world to me. But it also isn't that deep. Fucking man up, get in training and pattern up. And that goes for everyone, including this man here. Fuck a man crying about. Stop telling the world man are crying as well, bro. Since the start of April, no Premier League side has conceded more goals from set plays, excluding penalties, in all comps than Arsenal, level with Ipswich. And I'm not a know-it-all, but there's certain things, and I've got plenty wrong, but there's certain things I have said. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Your signings in terms of quality, in terms of quantity, so depth will make the world of difference for this football club. But what do I always say? You're very naive if you think we just sign players. We're here. There's plenty for Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff who have all been given new deals to arrest on the training front. You lot do your thing. Arsenal toothless Champions League exit highlights what we've always known about the Gunners. Andy Dunn, suck your mum, but you're right still, because that was too good of a play on words. But I ain't even reading this. But credit to them, credit to PSG. This is their levels, bro. This is their levels. And listen, Wenger, my guy, tell your guy stop chatting nonsense, Wenger, man. Arsene Wenger has rejected Mikel Arteta's claim that Arsenal were better than PSG. Yeah, lie, bro. But the thing is, when you've got a cult, and Arsenal fans are weirdos anyways, there's very little honest rhetoric surrounding this football club, which is why creating content, I'll soon stop, man, to be honest. It's boring, man. When you look at the two games, their best player on the pitch has been the goalie, facts. He's been the difference for them in the tie. We were very much closer than the result. Well, no, that's not about the PSG, is it? Surely about Arsenal, but yeah. Showed, but unfortunately we're out. I'm proud of the players. That's Arteta. After 20 minutes, it should have been 3-0 to Arsenal. There's something extra you need to go your way in the competition. Bro, it should be. But, bro, how much times are you going to see us huff and puff, have half chances and not have a gunman number 9 up front? Come on now. Pardon me, you're chatting. 5-6 people marking Bukayo Saka. Well, go on the other side. Martinelli, I think you reacted a bit better. Still not good enough. Trossard, back in your normal role as a super sub. Done your thing. Still not good enough. Marino, you're doing us a job up front. It's not good enough. Partey in the first and second half. It's not good enough. Rice, I ain't got no smoke for you. Saliba, if I'm honest, you need to fix up as well. I ain't got no smoke for you. Kivior is calm. Lewis Skelly, learning curve. No one can chat shit to me about Lewis Skelly. Raya, you tried to do what you did. I got less out of everyone. The defense, you tried your thing, innit? I don't want to hear none of this, man. Like, what did Wenger say, bro? Thank you, man. I don't want to hear from you, but I want to hear from people who actually done this thing in this game, in actually hallmarks of football. People that, talking stuff. Wenger has said, I would say tonight, that we've seen a different PSG, not guided by possession and brilliant football, but guided by refusing to concede goals and taking advantage on the counter-attack and on set pieces, what gave them success tonight. I would say that mentally they were strong as well. When they missed a penny, they did hang in there. Street smart performance. A bit like actually what we've done many a time in the Premier League, like against United in a couple of the top 6 games, Chelsea as well, even where we haven't necessarily been amazing or been at our sparkling best. We've just been street smart. Defend how you need to defend, get the goal, keep it moving. Exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. You don't need to be at your best to get something against Arsenal. Take nothing away from PSG, because when I remove my Arsenal cap, nothing but admiration for Luis Enrique as a man and a coach. What that club is doing now post their own little French Galacticos era and how they played. They deserve to be there. Football's decided in both ends. Dembele, Ruiz, Hakimi, them and they made, and it was actually nice to see Hakimi actually have to do some defending yesterday. They made the difference. Donnarumma stood up tall, stood up strong, is what it is, people. It's the same old 3-4 players of this football club standing up to be counted. I said a long time ago that PSG will not be far away from winning the Champions League. Sorry. On the other hand, with Arsenal, we saw the recurrence of being unable to score goals. Imagine, overall in the 2 games, I would say they were better than Arsenal, had more chances, and were never really in danger. So congratulations to PSG. I said a long time ago that PSG will not be far away from winning the Champions League. And let's not forget, they are maybe the only team who have the perfect season, because they can win the Champions League, win the double in France, and the Club World Cup. That would be extraordinary success for Luis Enrique. Completely off topic, but the Club World Cup. If you look at like Barcelona, well, I don't even know, to be fair with you, but half of these teams have been playing bare football. There's a World Cup next year, and there's an expanded Club World Cup. Player welfare is in the bin, man. It really is in the bin. Odegaard, what have you said? Nice to see my captain speak. It's very painful, to be honest. I think we started the game really well on the front foot, took control of the game and created some big moments, but we didn't score. But again, in the boxes, that's where the games are decided. We weren't good enough. Also, a lot of credit to their keeper, who made some unbelievable saves. We did a lot of good things, but in the end, we have to be better in the boxes. That's where we have to be sharper, more clinical, and also not concede the goals that we've done. Odegaard, that's your best performance this season, if I'm honest with you. With that talk there, you sound better than the manager. And he said it there. And I would add an extra caveat on that, people, and say, if you didn't know it was a semi-finals, how many times could that be applied to several games this season? If nothing changes, nothing changes. Okay, now I think I'm about to get peed off. We have to stick together, stay strong, and learn from it. At the moment, it's painful. We wanted to go the way and to bring trophies to this club and to our supporters and to everyone. We had some tough moments during my time here, and I feel like every time we've come back stronger, so that's the only thing you can do. It's a massive disappointment, and I know everyone is disappointed, but the only thing you can do is keep going, keep improving, keep learning, stay together, be there for each other, lift each other up, and make sure we go again, which is true. But you've got nothing, no other choice. There's nothing to play for now. You're playing for damn pride. You're playing for respect. I know Arteta is going to pee me off now, because now I'm going to start seeing one year we get minutes and other little isms and schisms that we wanted to see as Arsenal fans, now that there's nothing to play for. Like, I'm not saying you lot don't care, but you lot don't care how I need you to care. You don't care enough. You don't care enough. I'm not going to lie. I don't really want to hear what you have to say, Arteta, you know. You said the congratulations thing. You said you need a keeper to decide the game. We know about the emotions. I know my boys are enthusiastic. Only if we need more firepower up front. I'm very proud to coach. You see what I'm saying, bro? I just don't want to hear it. Like, I actually it's a waste of breath, bro. Like, honestly, it's a waste of breath. It's not making sense. It's not that I don't want to listen to what you're saying. 10 more likes, do we have 100? But what am I going to learn from this? What am I going to learn from this? It's just bare deflection and niche little contexts and whatnot. Arteta sexuals acting like Arteta has to correct all the errors this club has since its inception in 1886. I'm not rattled, bro. I'm just, one thing that annoys me is people say nonsense. I rebuttal to the nonsense. All of a sudden, I'm rattled. Like, if you're chatting shit, I have the right to say, I think you're chatting shit. Like, by all means, disagree with me. But if you're telling me I said something which I didn't say, I have the right to do that. Don't let the passion and conviction and the waviness and the handsomeness fool you. PSG in the transition, Shay. Clinical, scary, but we knew this, man. Your analysis is very logical and up there with the best. I wish it was, but appreciate that, man. It is the morning after. It's not even on smoke, bro. Is his time up now? or we have to wait for next season. On TalkSport, brother, Marcel, you're being dumb. A man is asking me, do I think Mikel Arteta is going to win the Premier League or the champs? I am saying I do not have a crystal ball. Like, man are telling me what? So you want me to say here and say he's not going to win it or is going to win it? You know, you're getting close. You have not got over the line. I haven't got a crystal ball. If I say he's going to go win it, he's not going to win it, and he wins it next year, which I don't know is going to happen. Where is it? You want me to say something I don't or do believe? I'm not you lot's dancing baboon, bro. I'm going to say exactly what I mean what I say, bro. Please don't chat shit to me. Like, please. Come on. Serious lack of technical players. Lack technical players in certain areas. The whole collective. There's not enough siege mentality. But this is what happens when it's North London forever and it's all nice and cute and there. It's the taking part that counts. And I'm not saying any of that is without thingy, nor am I criticizing the song. It's too nice. And I'm not saying man have to be horrible, but it's too nice. Some of them just ain't built like that. Some just ain't got that grit in them. How good are you at your worst? How good are you when the world is telling you you're not good enough? How do you stand up in adversity? I'm yet to see, keyword, 11 players on a consistent basis. I might see 3, 4, 5, 6. I might see 11 out of a 38 game calendar. And I don't know how many, if you factor in all the competitions. On occasion, I might see it. Against Madrid, I saw it twice. City, I saw it. Top 6, I've seen it. But it's not enough. Same things we said last year. Prepare, because Rants is going to cook. Nobody can cook me in this world. We're going to have Rants, but yeah, man. Now deluded you as gas. We told you don't have the squad and your manager is a coward. I need context behind that because we are nearly Men FC. This is one thing that pees me off. Man will sit here and say, I said something. Man will sit here and there'll be an Arsenal fan in Mongolia, but he speaks for me. Or down the road, he speaks for me. I speak for myself. Where was I gassed? Because I've actually, everything I've said today is everything I've maintained. You respectfully, there's no way you supporting whatever club you support could tell me what I'm saying about my squad, because I've been very consistent in that. My manager crumbles under adversity. So I don't know what you told me. Again, stop making up lies, bro. Like, it sounds great. They need to run the guard of honor, bro. Now, there's no haters. Marcel ain't a hater, bro. You're just chatting. League gonna ended. You started rattled. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Moving on. Let's restart the poll, member car. I don't know what that is. For you, lot, anyways. No one told me nothing. Like, I don't know what this means, bro. Man, love to just say shit. And to be honest, you know what made me laugh? Someone said I need to carve my facial hair. Somebody said, where's the someone was like, oh, what did they say today? I see in the comments, like, oh my god, this is why your channel won't grow. You duck the watch along. Fair enough. I always say I don't tell you what to think, just think. By all means, criticize me, condemn me, hold me accountable to anything. Just make sure you've got it right with what I said. Don't try and remix sentences and tell me I said something or you told me anything. I don't even know you, respectfully. What could you have told me? What could you have told me? Man, onto me, bro. But I don't care if man are onto me, bro. Gigahertz and shit, man. Nah, it's all banter, man. It's all part of the conversation. As I said, I just don't just get on to what I said. No more time. I can't take any more of his lies, BS, and what he's doing to my club. We are Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, the two are going to be intertwined. There ain't nothing you could do about it, bro. Like, unfortunately. DG only wanted to watch the game in peace. Hella weirdos, bro. I hate when Odegaard passes to Saka on the break, then he just stops running and leaves Saka all by himself against 2-3 players. What on earth is he meant to do? Odegaard should be overlapping. Saka is always marked by 2 players. Bro, it's boring. Like, it's actually boring. We're saying the same things week in, week out. It's boring, bro. Smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't. Pardon me. DG Arteta got caught lying in his press conference. Arteta said PSG told him the better team lost. Luis Enrique shut it down. Yeah, bro, just stop chatting shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, just say they were better than us. Simple as that. Bro, the owners, you're right. The owners are not going anywhere. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Do I think they're the best owners in the world? No. Go and ask Liverpool. Marcel's in the chat, Shay's in the chat. I very much doubt them lot are the biggest fans of FFG. They've managed to win stuff. I don't let the Cronkies pee me off, but rightly so. They could sit here and say, I hear you, DG. And in fact, a lot of people sit here and say, oh, who are we gonna get instead of Arteta? And I'm not getting into that debate. But Arteta was an assistant coach. So the manager can come from somewhere, right? But getting back onto this, the Cronkies are not the reason. They're not. They've allowed you to rip up contracts, record spending. You've enjoyed the fruits, arguably, of Arsene Wenger's labour. You took a world-class number 6, which I actually don't mind rising to 8, but you was allowed to break the record transfer for a 6 and turn them into an 8. Anybody that left this club or is at this club is because of you. I genuinely think the Cronkies sat there and said, you know, we need to rein in the spending a bit. We need a bit more focus on outgoings, which is beyond the obvious of what we want Berta to do is required. That's needed. Cronkies done, bro. You can't just blame them. Like, man, a lot of people sit here and act like they're on the, and everything could be on the table, you know. Everything could be on the table. Arteta's asking for things, the board are acting. Who cares about your joke club, mate? Nelson, you're commenting a lot of stuff. Clearly, you care if you're here. You got to ask yourself, if we're a joke club and we suck and you want me to cry more, why are you here talking nonsense, bro? I hope that's not your display picture. But anyways, away from all of that, the Cronkies could sit here. Well, there could be everything. Arteta could be asking for players. The Cronkies are not receptive. The Cronkies couldn't be to blame. I think everybody's got something. If I'm completely honest with you, like, you can't. And to be honest with you, how far does that go? How far does that go? Because if Arteta believes, despite all of this stuff that you lot are saying about the Cronkies and all of that crap, yeah, clearly he believes in the job because he took it and he signed a new deal. So it's redundant. It's redundant. It really is. I stopped watching football altogether for 10 years because of what Arsenal became. Arteta and his team brought me back to supporting his team. However, he has to move on. The team is broken now. Bro, the throw-ins was probably the best thing yesterday. Thomas Partey learnt from Stoke City and Rory did that be proud of that. Or Semenyo at the weekend. It is the entire culture. Bridesmaids never the bridesmaid. It is what it is. Odegaard ain't dog shit. He ain't a bench player, but he ain't good enough for what we want to achieve. Nah, man, who are we going to replace Arteta argument is dead. Just one word. Slot. And you could replace Arteta and it doesn't bang, but you'd have to try, because what if Arteta walks away? There's too many people loyal to things that are not Arsenal. Loyal to people and individuals and have an inability to just look at things, man. This is what happens when you give a coach much power and influence. This was always going to happen. This coach out crap. You don't get the guy that plays to win. This is what happens. Big up Jordan, absolutely devastated. We're always the nearly team, and Mick has improved the team to some extent, you know, the top 4 days. But for a club our size, when we get over the line, you just can't get over the line at this moment. Yes, I'm done till August. Got to step up my hours at work, get into the coast and all good things. Big up my favorite black cabbie, man, in a circle, man. Come on. DG, we should have been playing like we was at 3-0 down from the beginning of the game. Why we go down, then players are suddenly flooding the box. Players don't know whether to stick or twist. I was living in my mum's house when Arteta took over. I'm 3 years deep in my own place and touching 30. Well, go on for this. Big up you on the progress, my dude. The fact we are watching what a 17-year-old Yalmao rip it for Barca, Arteta can't give Wanyeri 30 minutes. He needs to be sacked. This 3-year cycle has shown Arteta has too many fundamental flaws to be allowed to oversee a new rebuild. Make no mistake, it's a new even again. I don't know for the rebuild and rejig and all of this. Had we have won the Champions League this year and a Prem or 2 in the previous years, this summer we'd have to do a lot. 4 years is a long time for the vast majority of these players to go to be together. And I've explained that point many a time. Honestly, it's long going over it again, man. From a semi-final exit straight into a guard of honor, long week for Arsenal fans. I mean, if you're honestly, I think you're very emotional. If and I'm speaking generally, if a guard of honor really pisses you off that much, then honestly, I don't think sport's for you. And that goes for all sports. You can't be that, like, this is sport, bro. This is sport. If I was in 100 meters and Usain Bolt wins, well, he would win. You did it. You congratulate and you keep it moving. What is annoying is that nowadays just believing in a team is delusional, makes no sense. So what, fans shouldn't support their teams? They need to support, but I think a lot of Arsenal fans don't support Arsenal. I think they're loyal to their agendas on both sides of the spectrum, and they're loyal to their biases. As far as they're concerned, if a player's shit in their minds, he never could do good. People just don't want to see what's in front of them. Boy. And then there's also a section of the Arsenal fans that also pee me off, where they just say buzzwords. And obviously, you have to believe, you have to go out there, but they just say, believe, we can do it, and be positive. All of these things in isolation, it does not make sense to me. I would love is I can go and then I wake up. More chance of me getting Shensia. His arrogance and refusal to take accountability makes me believe even with proper signings, we will fail again. He cannot adapt. He's a coward who won't take risks. He had Wanyeri, Zinchenko, and Tini. Love for the super chat. And honestly, but you can't be anything but emotionally checked out, man. You can't be. Like, I love the club. I'm here all the time. But you can't believe in this. Saka can't do it alone, bro. He can't do it alone. All of them Real Madrid players, there's obviously, if you go and look at when Real Madrid have actually won stuff, there's other unlikely heroes. Liverpool, Salah does it week in, week out. You had someone like Orrejig, you had many different protagonists. You can't have one. Saka's still that guy, but you can't have one, bro. They mocked the FA Cup when Arsenal won it, of course, and this is why listen. People can mock Arsenal. I don't even really care about my own opinions, let alone Arsenal fans, let alone others. The goalposts will move. We go below second. The same people that say second and fifth, there's no difference. They're getting slated for it. I wanted a league or FA Cup. We win that. It's still not the big ones. We win the Premier League. We haven't retained it. We win the champs. It's the first time. It's a fluke. It's this. It's that. We all saw the kind of Real Madrid rhetoric. That is football. That's happened to teams better than us. What do they say about the Invincibles? Oh, 12 draws. Like, they say it enough times, like, wow. Oh, they say bullshit about the United teams that have won stuff, the City teams that have won stuff, Liverpool with the COVID and the standard of the league's dead. Who cares? But that's the difference. You win something, they can say what they want. It's still there. Invincibles is still there. 2 Premier League titles with Liverpool is still there. And you get to where I'm going with it. It's still set in stone. That's where Arsenal need to get over that line. Success is here. We are here. We're here. But that jump might as well be that. It's the same old things keeping us down. Oh, well. Hey, DG, unlucky last night, but I think the better team won the tie. But was Arteta saying the best team in the competition? Sophie, when you find out what the hell Arteta was talking about, find out, man. Smoking budge, man. Injuries play a part, but it don't play no part, man. You signed up for this. Bring the FA Cup, man. Fair enough. It's only been 5-6 years. See, I want to be mean, but I'm not. Appreciate the super chat. After 10 minutes, PSG clock these long throws. Can't take no guy serious that doesn't buy strikers, plays midfielders up top after spending 700 million. Bro, in the last 3 years, you're not serious, bro. Since we've got into these shouts of Premier Leagues, you've not shown that you're on this. You've rested on your laurels. I think the first 2 years, last year and the year before, you lot didn't expect to be in this. This season was make or break going back to the summer. You didn't do what you needed to do. And one thing I love about YouTube, everything I'm saying now is documented. If you lot care enough, there's about 10,000 videos on my channel. Everything I said is, and I don't care about being right. I just care about what I said is what I said. It's all documented. Fair play. What we learned, DG, is not to hope with this team ever. Let them surprise us. Instead, it's the hope that kills. I agree that trophies is all that counts, but the goalposts get moved every time we or someone else wins. When did we win? Then it gets used to talk us down. But as I just said, they could talk us down. End of the day, won it. End of the day, you would have won something. Who cares? You could sit here and say, oh, Newcastle, first trophy in 7 years. Bro, they won a trophy. Who cares? Who cares? And this is what I mean. Who cares about outside validation? I wish we lived in a day and age where, especially the media, because I think every football team and every player should be held accountable and judged and critiqued fairly. Who cares? They're not supposed to like us. If most football fans can have a laugh and a joke, do the banter thing, but then can have general discussions. If you're agenda driven, suck your mum, man. Like, who cares? And I do think that's a problem of some Arsenal fans. You just want external, maybe not necessarily want external validation, but it's almost like, oh, stop talking about us. They hate us, we hate them. Safe. If you know, and I actually, at least they're honest. You know they don't like us. So why do we care? At least they've given us that. You don't like us. We don't like you either. Young Mizzy, one love. I don't know about about winning every game, man. You're gonna get smoked at Anfield. We are back. I hope I'm wrong. And I won't be doing a watch along for that. As I told you lot last week, I'm actually out. We are back to top 4 FC. If Chelsea and Newcastle kick on next year, we'll be fighting for 4th, 5th. What shall be, man. Big up the Arsenal ladies, though, man. Hopefully we can win it. I don't even think these lot got pressure FC in them, man. It is what it is, man. I just look at this football team, unfortunately. I don't have a child, but it's like my child's Sunday league team. We're going out there, just enjoy it. It is what it is, man. Beyond that, who gives a monkeys now, man? They don't care. Why should I? I'm talking about not my club, but what we're seeing. You don't. I'm not even saying you don't care. You don't care how I need you to care. You're not. You ain't got it. So how much times am I gonna ask someone else to take a paracetamol for my own headache? It's not making sense. Big up the women's team. Get behind them. At least someone's winning a Champions League. I remember being here a few years ago, back in Jan, saying we need to bring back Saliba and Doozy. Who's Doozy? And here we are again saying we should have done something in Jan. Same old ish, bro. Different toilet. I'm just saying the problem isn't the coach. The problem is the fact that the team doesn't have a solid striker. I hope you guys understand before it's too late. The problem isn't the coach. So Arteta isn't a problem. Even if, come on, man. Come on, bro. Everyone's hands are dirty. Who do you think that's because of? Who do you think that's because of? Who do you think that's because of? Oh, let me guess. You really think Arteta didn't want a striker? And brother, you had peas, you didn't buy one, didn't it? You didn't. You had peas, bro. You've got a lot of signings right. You've also got a lot of signings wrong. We badly needed Kai Havertz out here, and you've got Marino up front. That's about 90 million on 2 players. Still, what the fuck, man? Come on, fam. Come on, man. This is what I mean. It's like it's either Arteta's blamed for every fucking thing at this football club, or he's not blamed for a single thing. Had we have won it, start acting. But people need to start acting like this guy's a fucking damsel in distress. You know, stop acting like he's doing my club a favor. That's one thing that annoys me. It's a relationship of mutual convenience. You come and manage us. There's a fucking massive club and a massive opportunity for you lot, for you to take us back to the glory days and push beyond the standards. Stop taking a piss. Stop taking a piss. Club is beautiful. The lights have finally been turned. Don't take the piss. When I die, my ashes need to be scattered across the Emirates. You're not taking a piss. You're not Arsenal fans. You're low to your fucking... Oh, mate, fuck it. Big up the chair. My Achilles. Come on, my guy. Big up you, man. That was a good little sentiment, man. My Achilles. Big you up. You was passionate. Let me go do the PR thing now, man. Big up you. Problem's the coach, bro. Because what? So Arteta, all right, cool, boom. Arteta gets a left winger. He gets a striker. He gets a centre mid. We got all the depth in the world. We're going to... Is it as white and black as now we're going to win things? And for what it's worth, I don't think you have 13, 14 draws. I think you might score some goals against PSG. But can you honestly, in your heart, say striker comes in or we have the summer of the world and we win these things? We're probably stronger, but you can't 100% say that's the case. You know you're chatting shit. Because there's a lot, as I said, there's a lot that needs to be arrested on the coaching front. If you go to IKEA and you buy the best bed, someone's got to put it together. You need to know what you're doing. You need the right tools. And on one hand, someone is only as good as the tools they've got. But then on the other hand, you know, the tools can only be, the tools are only as good as the tradesmen using them. Come on, man. Come on, man. Towns, go away, man. Go away, man. Couple of you, my regulars that are not Arsenal fans but trolls, I'm not going to lie, you lot need unexpected high bills and that, man. Smash the likes. That's pussy on Marcel saying. So because Spurs have a larger fan base on Facebook, it's meaningful. What? I never said nothing about Facebook or Spurs. And honest to God, who the fuck gives a fuck about Spurs right now? I definitely didn't say nothing about Facebook or Spurs. But You should be a sore loser, but you have to be gracious, man. When was the last time Arsenal reached the Champions League semi-finals before this? 16 years. That's great. But did you put in a performance? That's great. And this is what I mean. People like being part of the journey. That's great. It shows that there's been progress. We know this. We're very well aware that we are in a different place than when Arteta took over. We're aware of that. We're so aware of that. We're ridiculously aware of that. But what does that mean? It shows there's progress. But again, the job is getting over the line. You really think Arteta and these men are happy about that? Fair play. Fair play. Because if I cared enough, which I have done on occasion, we could bring up several statements. Fair enough, man. Do you think Saliba will go? I don't know. Honestly, if whoever wants to leave, leave, innit? All right. Love Saliba. If you want to cut in it. The world's still going to keep spinning. Will we get a player of your caliber? Maybe, maybe not. The world's still going to spin, innit? Who cares? If you don't want to be here, anyone, if you don't want to be here, there's the door. If you want to be here, cool, we keep it moving. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. Even Saliba, you look shaky, bro. Arteta is not raising the standards at this club. They need to put pressure on him. He's raised it, but then one hand you're dying by them, but then on the other hand, there's too many excuses, bro. Big up United for picking up those 2 trophies. I'll be real. Listen, whoever else wins trophies, that's their business. I've never been that tribal fan. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm not a United fan. I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm not a Newcastle fan. I'm not a Palace fan. Big up them. Congratulations. You don't know me. I'm very gracious in defeat. We do the banter thing and we'll be honest. That's great for them. Last time I checked, I bleed red. See what I did there? I don't care about that. That is great. If United win trophies in their worst season, there's something Arsenal could learn there. 100%. But how far does that go? It's got nothing to do with me. Right? Hate the XG bullshit, bro. Because it tells the lies. Imagine saying I went clubbing and brought 6 girls drinks and danced with them. Okay, how many did you take home? Foreplay FC, man. A lot of foreplay, no penetration. Exactly. And XG isn't really like the way they paint this XG stuff. It's like we battering teams and don't get twisted. There's some games that's the case, but a shot on target contributes to that. And again, PSG just had to box smart. If they really wanted to turn on the style, they could have. Pardon me. Blessings from Brumtown DJ. It's this simple. I watched you because you have quality, quantity surfaces. You have quality surfaces eventually. How long has it taken you? Should I dump you because your acoustic towels aren't straight? What? What? Big up Paul, you're irregular. What? Quality surfaces eventually. Maybe. Wait, let me actually read that. Blessings from Brumtown DJ. It's this simple. I watch you because your quality surfaces eventually. How long has it taken you? Should I dump you because your acoustic towels aren't straight? Well, yeah, if you needed straight acoustic towels and you needed a different job, and I've shown that I'm good, but not quite the man for the job. Yeah, I'm not. You can stick with me and progress with me, but there has to be there has to be a serious conversation. There has to be. There's no guarantee, man, of getting over the line. I've already seen a war chest 340 million reports. Listen, we all hope the guy can get over the line, but I'm not right. You're the manager. I'll always back and praise everybody, even the players and the people I don't rate at this football club. But I love my club more. It's not Arteta FC, Set Piece Don FC, all these guys. It's Arsenal. I'm not gonna ride with you until the wheels fall off in the hope that you get over the line. What are we doing here? I'm not on the Mighty Ducks thing, bro. Because honestly, I think if you look at things balancedly, there's reasons to keep the manager. And there's reasons you could have, another case would have, and another thing he should have been sacked. You are on borrowed time. And that is nothing that we haven't said that. We haven't said that. That's something, sorry, I have said before, way before we even knew what a semi-final was, because we ain't been here in 16 years. You beat Madrid and losing to PSG. It's funny. It's football, innit? I'm not sure, man. Not the Harlem version, but a genuine piece of it. Man, wait, what? Not a Harlem version, but a genuine piece of advice. Be humble next year. Choose your words wisely. Your support were on another level of delusion this season. I respect you, support, but be measured. Yeah, this is another thing. I can only be held accountable of myself. Take that up with other people. Don't really care about that. I'll be absolutely honest, man. Arsenal don't deserve Arteta. Why did Odegaard play 90 minutes? Sorry, let me ring Arteta. Bro, you're asking me for answers that I can't give you. You must be trolling. I hear it though. Arsenal need a solid striker, then you will see the difference. Osman type of striker Arsenal need. Arteta, all else fails, I promise you, bro. Start OnlyFans, fam. Because there's certain people that will buy it up, man. Big up DJ, hit the likes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you lot, man. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, Lebo, you're trolling. Man, you're definitely trolling. He's been a footballer for 8-9 months. Lewis Kelly has only had 3 good games. I'll take your word for it, man. And to the title of your video, why do you care? You can't express emotions. I mean, look at your behavior. Like, even if Arsenal won, you'd be like, I told you, like, bro, this ain't making sense. This ain't making sense. This ain't making sense. Please, if you're good, whatever trolling you're gonna do, at least have the common decency. And this is coming from someone who's dyslexic. Fact check your paragraph. It's not making sense. I am running my channel. I am governing my channel. You're actually here. If I wasn't running the channel, what would be going on? It's not making sense. But I get it. The game's the game. Your friends have been chatting shit. The bullets ain't got no name on it. It's not making sense. Like, it's genuinely not making sense, man. You need to tell your fellow Gooners, Hooks and Nigel to calm down. You're just, bro, you tell them, bro. Like, you tell them. Brother, in life, we can only be held accountable of ourselves. You go and tell them. If your heart's broken, this is crazy, bro. Arsenal fans, we've been here, man. Do you not think it'll be different now with Berta? I hope Berta can just tell Arteta we need X, Y, Z. One man can't change everything. Not one single player is going to change the trajectory on their own as a football club. Not one single manager, not one single player. Everybody, they might get the highlights. Everyone's got to move in one direction. And as much as Berto might have all the ideas, if he's saying one thing and 4 or 5 other men that are near him are saying others, what else could he do? It's like me working at a company and I've got all the ideas to take this organization forward, but my manager, the one above me, my team that I'm working with, they're not trying to do what I'm doing. What can I do? Bro, protest for what, bro? Protest for what? If I put myself in the Cronky shoes, what protest genuinely? Protest for what? Protest for what? And listen, everybody in life is allowed to protest, do what they want to do. But you're going to scream, you're going to shout, you're going to say it all about, you're going to make your voices heard, you're going to feel good. You're going to have to go home eventually. I'm putting myself in the Cronky shoes or anyone. If I'm at the Emirates today and people outside the Emirates with picket fences and whatever, they have to go home sometime. They might do it for 4 or 5 hours. They have to go home sometime. It's not making sense, bro. Because the Champions League is there, bro. Have to try harder next year, mate. Do you not think he's had enough time to change things, though? Can't lie, I think at this point, brother, I think I've said what I've needed to say. Those who understand I'm not saying I'm right, but those who have understood what I've had to say will understand. Those who ain't, then you ain't in it. Hard. I mean, Arsenal, listen, they can be as deluded, but what I will say, For the Arsenal fans that had a bit of balance, why can't Arsenal fans believe they could win it? Yeah, they didn't win it, hold that. But what do you want them to do? Not believe? Like, for those that could see the weaknesses of the manager, the weakness or whatever, but have some hope. Why can't they? I don't know, man. And then they're talking about delusion, like a fan can't get carried away with his team winning. Let's be measured here. We wasn't favourites to win, but all of a sudden we lose and it's calmed down. It is what it is, mate. Mods banning people for next to nothing. Some of the comments. Hey, stop. Hey, chill out, man. Stop, chill out. Mods, please. Mods, please. They lost to your birthday. Dang. Why didn't Wanyeri get a chance? I wish I had the answers, man. As a Gooner fan, you're the least delusional fan I've watched so far. There's a lot of us like this, man. We just, whatever. It just, yeah, man. Yes, the PR will come out soon. This man, that man coming, war chest. Big up Aaron Talks, Arsenal, my killie, man. But, bro, nonsense, bro. Bro, you have some effing weirdos in your YouTube comments. Marcel kicked it all off. What happened? Who got banned? Spurs parade will hit hard. Don't think so. We've won more than them. Congratulations for them winning. If we didn't want that to be a case, we'd have won stuff ourselves. And I just don't. I know you lot want me to, and you want to do the rattle thing and whatnot. I've got enough energy and problems at Arsenal. Like, I don't care. Maybe it's just me. I genuinely don't care what other teams are doing. If they're doing better than us, let's see what we can learn. If they're doing worse than us, let's see what not to do. I only care about my own football club. But, bro, let the stay humble thing, whatever. Appreciate the super chat. People really think we are Crystal Palace. Happy to be here. Happy to be in the mix. Being little buoyed by our own people is a madness. It is what it is, man. My man, wishing unexpected high bills on us. F that. My dog just cost me 4K for slip this. Damn. We got the dog, man. What the hell happened to your Woo. Hopefully you get another big bill though. But we got the dog, man. We're not here for this. Hope your car breaks down. Hope it gets robbed. If you're a tradesman and you're chatting shit, I hope they'd steal your tools. It is what it is, man. It's all bad now. Who cares about Arsenal? You clearly care. If you're commenting, I hear this trolling, but make it make sense. Brother, you clearly care. Like, you are commenting, whether you're running bants, whether you want to mock Arsenal for being shit, whether you just want to laugh, whether you're bored. Brother, you care. I know you're probably here with a sticky keyboard chatting shit. Big up Nelson Mitchell, man. Ha ha ha. Bro, fuming, bro. Like, there's too much cult stuff, man. Come back on camera trying to see something. Whoa. Bro, he's been had bread, bro. He's been had bread. 2 goals down the party, still taking 3 minutes per throw in. Hilarious. Well. DG, your tune in the summer was different. I'm glad your opinion has evolved as evidence has come in. What opinion? That we dropped the ball, that we weren't proactive, that either this season is going to go really good or really bad. There's no in between. Man said, I'm salty. I'm salty about my football club. I can't be. I don't know what you. Fuck it, man. Let me just stop replying, man. Because it's not whatever's going to be said. It's going to be something different. Difference is most top teams have players who are decisive in certain areas, and we don't. Do you ever feel confident when Arsenal get to a certain area beside maybe Saka? I just think we're just going to keep repeating the same things, man. There comes a time where failure doesn't go unnoticed, and it's time for a new manager to come in and get us over the line. Arteta has 1 more year, in my opinion. Only time we got over the line was in the cup first season when we was underdogs in both games. Don't know what he says in the dressing room before these games. He was a rebuild, so he's on the rebuild thing. What is this guard of honor? It's been happening for 100 years. Chelsea did one last year. How old are you guys, bro? Again, there's too many things to care about as an Arsenal fan and in real life. Like, Arsenal are a mess, a new age mess, but a mess. Inflation is going up. Job prospects are through the roof. I'm trying to get to 70k subs. I have to thank God that I'm alive. There's way more problems to be concerned about than a fucking guard of honor or what other teams are doing. I know it doesn't fit the narrative and it's all hee hee ha ha ha. But you get the point. I mean, the lowest hope possible, so I'm never disappointed when we fail. It sucks to say, but I will give Arteta one more season. If he doesn't win, he will need to resign himself. So he's tried. It's just not good enough. I'm not giving anyone anything. You're staying here. Just going to watch the games, mate. If we win, get week in, week out, we win. I'm happy. We lose, ever. You hope for trophies. I'll believe it when I see people thinking. Beyond that, it is what it is, but there's nothing else to say. But right. Ain't nothing else to say. DG, we finished second and lost the league by 2 points. What other owners do that? I don't care what he spent before. An extra 100 million last summer probably wins us the league or the champs if it was only as white and black as that. And I'm not backing the Cronkies. It's just you can't. People need to stop acting like Mikel Arteta is a damsel in distress and he's doing Arsenal a favour. You need to feel the pain, but how much pain you want to feel? Saka being racially abused. Pieces of shit, whoever's doing that, innit? Second place still safe. As long as it, nope. When it's mathematically confirmed that you're finishing second at a minimum, then yeah, but everything's up for debate. And these players can't afford to feel sorry for themselves. Big them up, man. Caicedo can be better than what he wants, man. Pardon me, I want to see complete humbleness from our fan base next season. The lack of self-awareness from some Arsenal fans on this platform is scary. Saliba was outstanding. Fair enough. I know people don't want to hear this, but I think the squad gave everything and it was not enough. That's the point, bro. That's the point. Yo, DG, coming from Arsenal, would you take Spurs winning Europa or prefer United? Naturally, prefer United winning it. I've watched the game again, and Arteta is right. Over 2 legs, we were better. All right, man. All right, man. And the merch is coming up. Arteta is protecting Ranieri. You need to be patient with the kid. All right, man. Yeah, if one person says it, we all said it. Yeah, we beat Madrid. We never mocked Madrid. The fuck? We beat Madrid. We was happy. We lost. It is what it is. Swings and roundabouts. And the game's the game. Some of you are definitely not happy with your clubs, but understand the game's the game, man. Oh, man. I don't know, man. Like, all right, man. Low key, everything changed after you shifted from Ivory. We ain't gonna sell Odegaard, man. I don't get why people support a team for so many years, bring their kids up, and I mean, if you're just supporting a football team for trophies, you're probably in the wrong game. And I know we ain't won a Prem for 20 years, and big up the younger Arsenal fans. I've seen my team win stuff, but logically speaking, we haven't won a trophy in 6 years. What's going on? By that means, nobody should be. There should be no one below the ages of probably 80 years of age, 70 years of age being a Newcastle fan. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. If Saliba wants to go, man. If he wants to go, bro. Our fan base is stupid. Arsenal just announced record revenue last month. No chance in hell Arteta is sacked. He's got 2 years left on his deal. At some point, no. The only point I think he could ever get sacked or something might change beyond the obvious, like if you're in relegation and all those things, is maybe the halfway point of his contract. But yeah. I mean, you don't need to get at Rice's nose. That's just, it's a bit weird, you know. By all means, banter, criticize him. Do you need to get someone's personal looks? I assume you're a guy and we're all inclusive, but you're studying the next man's face a bit too much. If you like the guy, just say so, man. You're already watching 22 man week in, week out, run up and down in shorts, which is, that's your thing, that's your thing. But come on, man. We don't need to do the childish rhetorics, bro. Come on, bro. It's not making sense. Arsenal, say fans need to empty out the Emirates if they want Arteta sacked. Vote with your wallets. I'd give Arteta one last season backing with signings, and if you can't deliver, thank you and move on. I ain't backing nothing, bro. I'm not backing nothing or no one. Like you lot, I back my club because I support my club. I watch you lot, but as for backing and putting my eggs in trust in you lot do what needs to be done in it. When a man of the match is Donnarumma in both legs, tells you all you need to know. All right, man. Just Kroenke was at the game for he didn't care about the club. Need better to seriously don't be a yes man. But if Spurs win the Europa, they've had a better season. They've had a better season in Europe, 100%. Clearly, if they win that. Arteta and the board need to implement the same relentlessness shown to Ramsdale and Tierney to a few players in this team. We've had too many squad players as starters. Enough's enough. Whose fault is that? What I can't understand is why Ranieri's been dropped since Saka came back when he's out main goal threat. Fans wanting to finish second because they know either United or Spurs will win a European trophy is a problem with this fan base. To be honest with you, every fan base talks nonsense. So they're going to have to hold that, man. Arteta's not getting sacked. We need to stick together as Gooners. We don't have any influence on how the club is run, so why blame other supporters? I must admit, man, some of you in this chat, rival fans and Arsenal fans, social media is very different from the real world, man. Very, very different, man. It's kind of weird, man. Like every now and again, I'm weirded out. If you want tickets for the Newcastle game, there are plenty on the tickets exchange. But no, Spurs have had one of the worst seasons in the history of UAE. Win it won't mask that fact. Well, they could have that. Yeah, that's why. I just got what you said. Well, yeah, that's why I'm with. That's why I said what I said in the sense of in terms of European competition. If them United, anybody wins a trophy, they've been better. Now, obviously, Champions League there, Europa League's there, Conference League's there. But if people win certain trophies, they've had a better season in that in Europe. The league, 100% no. Obviously, balanced talk does not sell. Even though Amorim, for example, with United, he said we could win the Europa League and be one of the worst Premier League teams in history. That tells you everything. That's not going to fly as much as the barbershop talk on social media. Like, if we win a trophy, we've had a better season. It does not make sense. So, no. Old school rival fans are actually quite wishing Arsenal to make it happen, similar to Chelsea back then. Our Schooners need to arrange movements to remove Arteta and Kroenkes, who has embarrassed our club from day one. Even Sir Wenger's face said it all, brother. Right. After you subtract that ridiculous penalty, you can't because it was given. Open play XG, Arsenal 5.11, PSG 2.3. Tell me again who was better, DG. I remember I said, all right, all I know is they're through and we're not. If that's what you believe, fair enough. If you genuinely believe that, bearing in mind XG is already screwed as well, we're having half faint efforts at, they're counting tame efforts on target. Fair enough. And we'll all forget that Bukola squared it as well in both games. Fair enough. I don't really care who was better. If you I always say I don't tell you what to think. Just think if we were better than them. If you bearing in mind you can't just subject things across a 90-minute game or a 180-minute game. Have a little bit of confirmation bias just because Arteta agrees with what you want. Conveniently add and subject certain fragments of the game to paint your narrative. If that's what you believe, fair enough. Would you want? And if we're gonna, you tell me whose shoes you'd want to be in. The team in the final, or the team probably on the Eurostar right now. Fair enough. Ridiculous penalty or not, if it's a pen, it's still a pen, bro. Some people have forgot that to win a game, you have to score more goals than the opposition. XG. Keep in mind, Saka's goal and miss combined for like 1.7 XG alone. Don't let that get in the way of whatever you need. Listen, however you need to get over this result, you get over it how you need to, you know. I just want to know. I'm not saying I'm the best footballer in the world, but all of the dons doing this XG thing, please, everybody, let's go 5-a-side at this moment in time. I need to see who can do 5 kick-ups. I need to see who can kick a ball straight. That's all I need. That's all I want to know. Yo, stay safe on Friday on Rance's show. I Hakeem's light with the unk thing. Man said subject. Because that's something Arsenal fans do in their minds, man. Like, oh, if you take away this dodgy refereeing decision, this and that, it's not making sense, man. Arteta is part Moyes, cautiously overly defensive. I've seen Moyes get over the line. Part Wenger, clueless and stubborn. Seen Wenger play beautiful football. Part Pep, system ingenious. Got over the line, mate. Bro, no scruffs. Bro, I thought we had a good community here. We do, but every now and again the weirdos resurface, man. But a month ago, I played the cup final, lost 1-0. My team played better, but we lost. Playing better doesn't mean ish. It's a loss, runners-up medal. Exactly, bro. Winning trophies over winning none with a better league position, son. I'm not your son. Don't try this in Europe. What? They've had a better season than us in Europe. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't think they would have had a better season. Yeah, trophies, history. No one's going to remember 20 years from now, United was 17th. They've won Europa. But come on. All right, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. Bro, I'm not arguing with XG Dons. They're right. They're right, man. No, they're right. They are right, man. Man said, tough being a Gooner, DG, can't lie. Thanks, Arteta, for giving us hope. Now we hope you go. Dang. Man said, it's how many dates you take the gal, but how many times you get your leg over. Fuck, yeah. Naive, man. XG is garbage. Forest had more XG than City in the cup semi-final. City were clearly better, brother. And don't forget, subtract the penalty or the ridiculous ref call and conveniently paint the game in an ideal world in your head. Exactly. They won Europa, so they had a better season in Europe. Did they have a better year than us? We didn't win anything, and that's cool. But once we get past that little banner, had a better year than us in Europe. Cool. You've won that. Are you higher than us in the Prem? And I'm not saying this to slag them off. I'm just giving my rationale. Did you finish higher than us in the Prem? Did you go further than us in the League Cup, which nobody won out of the 2 teams? Did you go further than us in the FA Cup, which nobody won from the 2 teams? Have your fans probably got a bit more negativity than us? To be fair, a title would have painted over a lot of cracks for us, but would the Europa not paint over several cracks? Yeah, it would. So you had a better season than us in Europe. What's going on? Don't let that get in the way of a good story. We'll likely have to go through one more season of torture before this, I'm going to say, manager sacked. Owners are waiting for a complete disaster for the can. Who cares about the loss? You won on next year. This is it. A man said, DG, you're good people, but hold that, brother. I hear it. The game's the game, man. Deluded. I honestly believe this is the Aubameyang curse. The manager sold him while the player was on his course to become a legend. This season will tell us everything we need to know. I'm seeing is believing. Don't talk. I'm talking about the club. Don't talk to me. Just show me. You want to go to the net? Just show me. That's all I want. You have my support indirectly because I support Arsenal Football Club and I'm still going to be here. Just show me. Allow me with the chattings. Please. That's all I ask. Just allow me with the chattings. Just that. Just leave me alone with that. That's all I care about. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I've got to go do some life admin. I'll probably be back later today, people. Again, it's been a great 90 minutes. I mean, DGFC, we're always in top form, man. Yeah, they are going to have it. And that's our fault. That's our fault, Woozy. If we didn't want to be in that, you're the one, something. But Well. Only one of you is going to be more successful because only one of you could win the Europa League. Yeah, which I hope it's actually the club with the badge here. But yeah, it is what it is, man. But on that note, people, one love for being here. We need players with individual brilliance, man.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.